podcast, part 3 of let's see, this one is titled oh, this is in America. Look, check this. December 16th, 2025. This is important. It's entitled Live Cameras Are Tracking Faces in New Orleans. Who should control them? Come on. New Orleans, home of Bourbon Street robbery, has become the first American city known to have a live facial recognition network. How that came to be is a story of private initiative. Yep, I wonder why. And political inaction. Yeah, I wonder why. And it may point to the future public safety uses of this surveillance technology. Police around the country routinely use facial recognition after a crime to speed up the identification of suspects caught on camera, but live facial recognition, which can name and track a person moving around the city in real time, has been slower to catch on in the U.S. Aside from isolated experiments, police departments have shied away from the technology, fearing a backlash over privacy. No, I don't donate that. In New Orleans, the technology was introduced by a private non-profit organization, Project NOLA, founded in 2009 by a former police officer named Brian Lagarde. Yeah, right. I wonder who paid him off to spearhead that. Bet you he barely even knows how to add 5 times 5, and all of a sudden he wants to open a organization. Yeah, kind of like that dude in this one documentary I saw that so-called started the militia for the KKK. Nothing new. Let's see what gems they might have here. I'm gonna keep reading. I was one of the people sitting in the hot car many years ago taking pictures and videos of gangsters, he says. In the years after Hurricane Katrina, when the police department was severely understaffed, he says, it became obvious to him that the city needed more cameras. I recognized early on that it can act as a force multiplier, a wonderful force multiplier. Yeah, sure he did. That's the man right there. That's the man. My man looked like he could barely even have used a smartphone back in 2009, yet alone create a Facebook profile. Remember that one time when Facebook first came out and we had to make our parents' Facebooks? Shit. Yeah. Look how far we done came now. Anyway, let's get this one. It says from ReWattRide.ai. It says ReRide and Uber launch autonomous robo-taxi rides in Dubai now. In Dubai too, they're doing this. Expanding AB footprint in the UAE. That's an acronym for United Arab Emirates. A nation part of this Arabian Peninsula, Arabian Peninsula is all those Islamic nations like Iraq and Iran. It's those who don't know, want to know that history, precious history right there. Oh man, let's get this one here. This was in December 16th. The title says Texas sues TV makers for taking screenshots of what people watch, which TV's already been spying on us. I mean, me personally, I don't really like my phone's camera not being covered. I always make sure that's covered, man. It's just me personally. You don't want them, you don't know who might be back behind there watching that stuff. I got this one here. He might live next door to you. I don't know. This one is entitled Birds.com says Tesla robo-taxis spotted on public roads without safety monitors. 2 of the company's vehicles were spied, operated unsupervised in Austin. Yeah, once again, well, going back to the clip I kept repeating on the first part of this lesson, expect more of these things, man. They're going to start experimenting more, getting more free. Esau's going to get more, reveal more of his horns and get more freely with showing his rod, man. Hence, Revelation 12:12. Let's get this here in the KJV. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows he has but a short time. God. This devil's going to be speeding these AI things up. You might have to want your local Walmart next time, and you might just don't be surprised if you end up seeing a fucking Walmart worker robot asking you if you need assistance. U.S. government launches tech force to hire AI talent. From New York, it says the U.S. government is launching an early career hiring and talent development program to bring more technology and AI employees to the public sector as part of the Trump administration's efforts to modernize government systems and stay ahead in the global tech race. Yeah, and that's just a cop-out term there. It's really all like, how the fuck is that a coincidence? All these nations somehow they just the U.S. starts one thing and then they all want to get on the bandwagon to it. China does one thing, they all want to get to the bandwagon of it all of a sudden. It's all bullshit, bro. Nowhere in history in the past has that ever been really a thing like that. No, not really, bro. It's showing you once again that all these nations of the earth today exemption for especially the southern smaller countries, maybe like Venezuela right now with Maduro. He's probably not up there with partaking in child sacrifice and blood drinking shit. Just speculation, but correct me if I'm wrong, but it just is what it is. And then this one, Chinese military plans. Okay, yeah, that's another one. But yeah, that's the point there on that.
On social media. In our countries, no one can walk the streets with a mask on their face or drive a car without a license plate. No one can send packages without showing an ID or buy a hunting weapon without giving their name. And yet, we are allowing people to roam freely on social networks without linking their profiles to a real identity. This paving the way for misinformation, hate speech, and cyber harassment, because it is facilitating the use of bots, and it is allowing people to act without being held accountable for their actions. Such an anomaly cannot continue. In a democracy, citizens have the right to privacy, not to anonymity or impunity. Because with those two, social coexistence would be impossible. That is why I believe we must push forward the principle of pseudonymity as the functioning element of social media, and force all these platforms to link every user account to an European digital identity wallet. This way, citizens could use nicknames if they want, but in the case of a crime, public authorities will be able to connect those nicknames to real people and hold them responsible. because accountability is not an obstacle to freedom of speech. It is an essential complement to it.
Well, many have started paying for things with our phones, even watches.
One company, though, wants to take that technology to another level by implanting a chip in your hand. So, the overseas company Walletmore is selling the microchip in parts of Europe. It's about the size of a grain of rice, goes under the skin. It's then activated using a digital wallet app. The chip is going for about $300, and the company says at least 200 people have gotten them implanted already. I would have many questions for a doctor about that.
Yeah, how
Didn't
healthy
look
is
very
that for
micro,
you?
did it?
No.
It was pretty big.
It was a pretty big chip.
I mean, you know, a paper cut hurts. You're gonna put
Yeah.
a thing like that, you know, in
What
your
happens if
hand.
you have to change banks? You gotta like get
Right,
that thing
you gotta
and put
change it
back
out.
in. I don't know. I ain't interested in it. Keep it away
Me
from me.
neither.
I would just want to know how it affects your body.
Yeah, it can't be good.